Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great week. Welcome to another edition of Dig Into God's Word, where we look ahead to the upcoming week's readings from the Lectionary. Happy New Year! This may be a strange greeting since Thanksgiving is fresh in our minds, and we're gearing up to celebrate Christmas. It'll be over a month before anyone starts celebrating the new year. However, in the church, we celebrate the beginning of a new church year with the first Sunday in Advent. That word Advent comes from a Latin word adventus, meaning coming. And during the season of Advent, we prepare for Jesus' coming from two perspectives. First, we remember Jesus' first coming as a baby boy in Bethlehem. But then we remember and prepare for his second coming on the last day. This week, the Old Testament reading is from Isaiah chapter 2, where we're called to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, so that he might teach us his ways and we might walk in his paths. God draws us to his church, where we hear his word and we receive his gifts. Our epistle reading this week is from Romans chapter 13, where Paul reminds us what Jesus had said about fulfilling the law, and how loving your neighbor as yourself is the ultimate fulfillment of the law. He then points to our salvation, which is at hand, and how we live in light of this salvation that we have. And finally, our gospel reading for this week is from Matthew 21. And it may be confusing because last week we saw Jesus on the cross, and now we see him riding into Jerusalem on a donkey. It may seem like we're seeing the story in reverse, but this text is another angle on Jesus' coming. He parades in like a king or a ruler, but instead of that, riding on a horse, he rides on a donkey, and instead of all the fancy clothes and the servants, he comes plainly. It's an unexpected arrival, just like his arrival on the last day. God's blessings as you study his word this week in preparation for this weekend.